2016 has been a great year for smartphones. We have seen great products from manufacturers, and some of you may have yet to buy a new smartphone to end the year. I'm Warren for KLGadgetTV, and let's talk about the top 10 smartphones of 2016 we have reviewed and you should still buy. Let's start from the bottom of the list. The Xiaomi Mi 5 is the most affordable Snapdragon 820 device you can purchase right now. It has a decent camera, great battery life, and a form factor that will fit most hands. It currently retails at 1549 ringgit and can be even more affordable if you purchase from 11th Street or Lazada. While some of these listings are not officially from Xiaomi, you can cross-check with the seller if the device is preloaded with a global MIUI ROM to ensure that you have access to Google services out of the box. Next up, we have the Huawei P9, and one of the questions that we have asked back in our review is if it really has a great camera. To be frank, the camera will do well in good lighting conditions and falls short in low light due to the small f2.4 aperture and lack of optical stabilization. But there are certain good things which you may want to take note, such as great battery life, a fast fingerprint scanner, and a premium design. The Huawei P9 can be had for 2099 ringgit. Moving up the list, the ZTE Axon 7 is probably the most overlooked smartphone for this year. There's a Snapdragon 820 processor on board with 4GB of RAM, a 20MP camera with a f1.8 aperture that actually works fine but not great. But most importantly, it has a pair of loud front-facing speakers that sounds great while having support for Dolby Atmos audio enhancement. The Axon 7 retails at 1999 ringgit. Even though HTC may seem a little quiet this year, the HTC 10 is a premium flagship that shouldn't be missed if you are in for a premium smartphone that stands out from the crowd with its thick chamfered edges. The HTC 10 emphasizes on audio just like the Axon 7 with its Boom Sound Hi-Fi Edition speakers and comes with a pair of nice stock earphones that sounds awesome. It also has a great front-facing camera with OIS so that your selfies don't look bad in the dark. The HTC 10 is a little pricey at 2799 ringgit, but for users looking for a reliable software experience and great sound, is a price worth paying for. While it may look like a downgrade to some of your friends, the iPhone SE is a powerful yet compact smartphone. Performance is just as great as last year's iPhone 6s as it is powered by the very same A9 chip and has the same 12MP main camera. In addition, the iPhone SE is the only smartphone that you can use comfortably with a single hand. Most importantly, it doesn't break the bank as it starts from 1949 ringgit for the 16GB model and 2949 ringgit for the 64GB model. Should you be looking for a smartphone with a huge display yet without breaking the bank, the Xiaomi Mi Max is the most solid phablet that we have reviewed recently. Even though it may not be as powerful as other devices I've mentioned earlier, the Snapdragon 650 chip is still rather capable of getting tasks done properly. The gorgeous 6.44-inch display is a joy to look at despite of a full HD resolution. Retailing at 999 ringgit, I would say it's the best deal if you merely want a huge screen device that works decently. ASUS has continued to wow us with the new Zenfone 3 this year. Even though it is no longer affordable like its predecessor, the Zenfone 3 ZE520KL is one of the most memorable smartphones we have reviewed. It has a really beautiful design, a great pair of cameras, decent battery life, and impressive loudspeakers. It's a good all-round mid-range smartphone that will easily appeal to the average user. It currently retails at 1499 ringgit. Moving on to position number 3, the Galaxy S7 Edge. Alright, just forget about the unfortunate events that Sammy had this year, but the S7 Edge is hands down one of the best Android smartphones for this year, and even at this point of time, not many smartphones could match its camera performance. The S7 Edge is also water resistant and has built-in wireless charging. The retail price is still pretty stiff at 3099 ringgit, but if you check out Lazada in 11th Street, you could get at least 300 ringgit off from some other dealers. Despite missing the headphone jack and being really overpriced, the iPhone 7 Plus is a worthy investment. No doubt Apple is asking too much for what it offers compared to Android devices. This is the best iPhone ever. There's water resistance, dual front-firing speakers, and the A10 Fusion chip simply blazes through everything you run at it. If you have saved up for a smartphone through the past few years and thinking to get a long-term upgrade, the iPhone 7 Plus is a decent choice. Making to the top of our list is the OnePlus 3, the best Android smartphone that I have ever owned and one I would always want to return to after reviewing a device. Although the new OnePlus 3T is out now and has better performance, the OnePlus 3 still performs extremely fast in my daily usage, all thanks to the Snapdragon 820 processor and 6GB of RAM. Battery life is also good after a few software updates. The dash charge feature charges the battery in a short amount of time, and the phone doesn't get warm despite of that. Furthermore, its main camera can also produce very decent pictures in manual mode. The OnePlus 3 may be discontinued in favor of the newer OnePlus 3T, but it can still be found in local retail stores from 1,700 ringgit onwards.